Good morning, everybody around the world. Sorry for the 8 minutes delay. If one thing will never change is the patient comes first, and we're making sure that we had everything ready for them. It's a pleasure to be here today. Obviously, first, a message of appreciation for BD for supporting this educational event. We have a very exciting new tools that have been emerging in the market lately. And so obviously we're still all learning, and the idea is to learn together and see the applicability of it in some complex lesions. So as usual, I'd like to welcome everybody here at Baylor St. Luke's in Houston. We have a phenomenal anesthesia team, a nursing team, a tech. We don't have my normal tech, Andrew, so if anything doesn't go well, it's Ron's fault. He's the only variable that's different this time around. But other than that, we expect some smooth sailing, and obviously I'm going to expect as much comments and or questions through the chat. It's right there on the bottom right-hand side. Clearly, I can't see it from where I'm at, so I will be asking Joanne, who is one of your own team members in the education side of things, to not only help me, but also relay questions and or comments. Don't be shy. Tell us also where you're logging in from, because it's cool to know that there's people all over America and sometimes OUS that are following some of these cases. Anyway, I have Jorge Miranda. Jorge is one of our integrated residents for vascular surgery here at Baylor. He's right now a PGY4, has had the experience of working with me and working with this device. But again, it's always good to have a fellow in case something goes wrong. It's always his fault. So I'll give it to Jorge right now. He's going to introduce the case, and then I will also ask Daniel to show us some pictures. In a little bit, Daniel, te pido ahorita las fotos. Dame chance para hablar del caso. So, your mic on? All right. So, Jorge, please let us know about our patient today.
All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Jorge, and I'll be presenting this case. So, this case, she's a 68-year-old female. She was admitted to the hospital about a month ago for what was abdominal pain that was acute on onset. At that point, general surgery was consulted for concerning findings on a CT scan for an internal duodenal hernia. She was taken emergently for an X-lab and subsequently had a complex post-operative course. During her ICU stay, she started to develop these wounds on both of her feet, but worse on her left foot. The wounds are dry in nature, and they span from the first toe all the way to her fourth toe. And that's why prompted the vascular surgery consult to us. So we came to see her. Upon talking to her family and the patient, it seems like she had started ongoing arrest pain for at least close to a year from what the son expressed. And of course, during this hospital admission, she started developing these wounds, which we attributed to some pressure that was going on in the ICU because she did not have a proper offloading boots. We got non-invasive studies. Of course, her toe pressures were 0, flat toe waveforms. And on a duplex scan, it showed that, and this was for both feet, I should say, and her duplex scan was concerning for findings of SFA occlusions on both sides with a very poor runoff. On her left side, it seemed that her runoff is through the PT and the AT on the right side. So that prompted us to do an angiogram with possible intervention and brought us here today.
All right. Let's go ahead and mute Jorge's mic and turn mine on. And so we're normally a little bit more set up here by the time we get to you guys. But hey, you know what? We're going to walk you all through it today. So it's going to be very fun, hopefully. Let me see how I go back to this. Boom. Okay. There you go. And Joanne, good morning. Thank you for for taking our invitation to come here and help us guide this case. I'll take that flush catheter up and over.
Good morning, Dr. Montero Baker. Thank you for having me.
Where are you at? Where are you calling us from?
I am calling from beautiful, sunny Miami, Florida right now. That's home base.
Oh, Miami. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll be interesting to see some of the people that log in throughout the case. We're also recording this case for future use. Daniel, recuerda que estamos grabando el caso también. Nick, make sure that maybe Glenn has everything set for recording, if he can. Yeah, if he can. If he has the ability, please. I want to do it locally and then also outside. Anyway, as per usual technique, I like using a flush catheter up and over. We'll just flip it here, twist it a little bit, get that little thing on, and then engage. Change the projection and point that wire to the external.
Esta reunión está siendo grabada.
Then at that point, we just go up and over. Doesn't look like a bifurcation is going to be that hard. So give me an amplat super stiff, please. Small. So the story, and I think Jorge failed to comment that she had a tight LAD lesion that got touched up yesterday. I think did you say that or did I miss it? No. So that means that I already had this sheath in from yesterday's procedure. In lieu of the fact that we needed to do some more stuff, cardiology went on and optimized her heart as there were some defects on a nuke scan. So we already had a rather big sheath. Not that we would normally go with an 8 French sheath, but we actually do have it. I still am thinking that we should maybe work with a 6, but it all depends on the lesion, right? My biggest concern going into this case, Joanne, and we've talked about this, can I have a dry one, please? Is if I were to say, is there a champion for this device in the sense of morphology or lesion? I would say 100% heterogeneous plaque, something that more and more we recognize in peripheral arterial disease. You know, the thing is we don't get the same symptomatology from a heart attack. When you have a heart attack, you clog an artery and you're going to feel it. When you have a leg attack, meaning a plaque erodes and a clot forms, a lot of times you may just have a little tenderness or discomfort, or you start noticing that you can't walk that much. But there is still a clot. So there's a plaque, the plaque ruptures, there's some clot. And so in every CTO, there's always going to be some soft and some hard stuff. And so I like this device in the sense that it really champions on all the soft stuff. And sometimes it may not be as efficient as we think so for incredibly calcified lesions. And as you can already see here, let me give you an X-ray. We're looking at something fairly tight. SFA is painted all the way down. Here's another image, high def. And then even more so in the below the knee vessels. So let's take a quick look and see what we're working for. And I think here's one of those cases where we're going to have to trust the device a lot in the sense that they've developed, the engineers, a beautiful system for clutch. That just means that if the lesion is a little bit too much to munch on, the system will actually clutch itself. And that's a good time to tell your doctor, hey, slow down and maybe consider doddering through a clutched area. It doesn't mean that you have to stop. It just means that you have to listen to the device and clutch. So if there is a clutch area, we'll see how much we get. But it'll be interesting. And then obviously as luminal as we can stay on this guy is going to be important. But if you look at here, there's a nice chunk of calcium. I'd say if this is the first case you're doing with, I know we have a combination of people today, Joanne. I think we have possibly some physicians and possibly some representatives from the company. So I would say, you know, this may not be, if this is your first case ever, this may not be the one you want to tackle. But hey, we like things the hard way here. So we're going to try our best.
And Dr. Monteiro, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Is it because of the amount of calcium that you're seeing that this might not be a initial case for the novice?
Yeah, man, I'm concerned when it comes to the device's ability to maneuver a highly calcified lesion. You know, some of these, you know, if you've had enough experience doing atherectomy, you know that some of these boulders of calcium, the only option is to use some sort of sanding system that will rotate. And obviously there's a few different orbital and rotational systems out there, frontal. And I know that there's also some exciting possible news down the line of a little cousin in the family joining us here in BD, but for the time being, it'll be interesting to see what all we can accomplish with this case. And again, I'm not saying it's an absolute no. It's just got to be careful with this one. Again, obviously, as a doctor, as a representative, gets more comfortable, then obviously you can tackle some more complex lesions. So the first issue here is going to get crossing all this. So I'm going to go with a very supportive catheter, braided microcatheter. So we're going to go with a 135 018 Navicross, and I'm going to use a Command ES as my working tool. Can we give this young lady 10,000 units of heparin? 10,000 in for an ACT of 250 and above, please. What's up, Joanne?
And Doc, we have our first question coming in, and I apologize if I missed it. But was there a particular reason?
No, not at all. Please.
You have you chose to go up and over. Doesn't look like there's an osteal lesion there.
Why did I choose to go up and over? Is the question?
Correct.
The patient had a heart cath yesterday, and they already had a sheath in the common femoral that they left overnight. So I'm just using their axis and going up and over. That said, even if it wasn't me, I would probably consider doing up and over, because it seems like our major work is going to be in the femoral popliteal segment. And I like, you know, it would be a fairly short landing segment here of the SFA, but you could. I mean, if you have somebody that's a lover of the antegrade axis, there wouldn't be any problem whatsoever.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to, yeah, you can preload it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to preload this microcatheter and see what we can do. Nice. All right, I'll get a torque device, sir. So these brittle arteries, yeah, be careful with them, and be really paying attention to that clutching system. Quick turns are not the best friend either, because of how aggressive the device can be. So I always say, if you get to the point, like for example, an AT, be careful. I would say push the device the first centimeter or two, and then take it from there. Okay. So here I'm just going to go by feeling. I know there was a multitude of little areas. As long as I see this wiggle, I know that I'm still luminal. That looks luminal. I'm gonna advance that microcatheter here. See, we're already gonna have trouble if my 018 microcatheter doesn't go through this thing. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Let's see. So sometimes torquing the microcatheter helps, and sometimes it doesn't do anything. That would be fun. You want to give me one of those fine cross catheters, 014 fine crosses, guys? Muchas gracias. Because I use an 018 and an 014 wire, there may be a little bit of a lip. So we'll just see if we can circumvent that by using a more amicable microcatheter. So I'm going with a fine cross 014. And then ultimately, you know, we could go from the bottom too, if it gets too ugly. Good thing is we got a couple hours here to work on this case. Bad thing is I'm on call, which means that who knows what's going to happen later today. Thank you, sir. So less support, much less support, less pushability on a fine cross, but this thing hugs the 014 wire, and it's not rare that it'll help us traverse. Take the slack out, Jorge. Okay, thank you, sir. All right, let's see how we do here. Yeah, you see the fine cross like that. Went through nicely, but now I think we're going to go into the CTO. Who knows if we'll see, huh? Let's see what we can do. All right, let's roadmap here and see if we can get at least an understanding of where the CTO starts, where it ends. All right. It seems like the natural side is going to be moving to this segment here. And it looks like the wire wants to go there. Let's try just a couple of different sides. That might be sub-adventitial, huh? So let's go back to this other hole then. See, let me put it there so I can give you an X-ray and tell you why I think. See, I think that's kind of trying to get out of it. And there's an area here, there, that probably looks more like the lumen. So I'm going to slowly see if I can support the microcatheter there to engage that area. That's not the area I want it. You know, one of the things I hate about a live case, I can't hear music. So I'm just trying to really keep my purchase in that one little area where I think that we're in a better spot. All right, can I give me a Sahi 14, please, on the 300? So I may go from a hydrophilic wire to maybe a wire with a little bit more oomph. And I'm keeping the position by having the microcatheter just engaged in that lesion. Wire escalation is an important thing to always consider. You get to a point where you don't think you're going to get much with this guy, then start playing chess and be 2 moves ahead. So I already in my mind, okay, the chess is going to go as follows. We're going to try a 14 wire. This has a 20-gram load on the tip. I'm going to give it a very tiny little angle just to be able to drill. And then once, if we don't, then we're going to go retrograde, see if we can meet in the middle. And remember, not even if you have an ugly area of calcium that we need to be a little bit more aggressive of, it doesn't mean that you can't still use your atherectomy device in other segments that are non the subadventitial segment, right? Yes, ma'am. What's Larry Diaz asking? What's the question? Oh, yeah, Larry, she got a LAD stent yesterday. So the sheath was already there, and so I thought that the easiest thing we could do is just keep it there. All right, well, this is not going anywhere. Woo! Love it. So a couple of things. We can predilate, go to a bigger system, go subintimal. Let's get out of that track, and let's see if that other track that I wanted. There you go. That's the other track, but that's obviously outside. Still nothing wrong with that. Problem we're going to have is it's going to be hard to re-enter, and even if we re-enter, it's going to be hard to get anything to track there. So I'm really thinking that if it was up to me, we should probably be considering a retrograde axis at this point. What do you think, Jorge? Because it's going to help us pull stuff through too, huh? What do you think? All right, so let's see this. This is, again, an Asahi 014. And I'm going to start trying to point it. With the Asahis, as opposed to the, for example, hydrophilic wires, you're not doing wiggle, 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 wiggle. You're doing really directional changes. So the idea with a CTO wire is you just want to get back in the lumen, and you need something with more penetrating force. Let's see if I can get a wire here. I mean, a catheter, a little bit more catheter support. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. Very little catheter support. So
Dr.
let's see
Montero,
if I can. Yeah, sure.
As you're getting across, we got our next question that came in is, do you consider mandatory the use of IVUS to verify that when you cross your intraluminal?
I don't think it's mandatory, but I think it's very sensical. You know, it's very sensical to consider if you have any doubts, or where do you want to do your rotorexing, or where do you want to do your atherectomy? And that goes for any atherectomy. That has to be just very honest. IVUS, I think, is a phenomenal tool that we just don't use enough. We have the blessing that it's kind of part of our system here. Yeah, I'm just really, what I'm doing is I'm directing one like kind of thingy at a time, and just letting that wire kind of slip in there. But you see how it's outside, Jorge? So I come back and I'm going to try another direction. So I just give it a little quarter turn, and I'm just kind of poking to see if I can just find my way in, like there. No? Maybe? What do you think? Who knows, huh? Well, the good thing is we got Ron's luck today. ACT 340, lovely. All right, let's do a change in projection, and then we could do a retrograde axis. Because I still think that we're going to need, even if I can get through, we're still going to need retrograde axis to be able to pull through this thing. This thing is massive. Love it. Nothing like a complex case to start your Friday. deficit. All right, so let's see if I can get my CTO wire to go a little bit more in that direction. And try to just one soft turn and push. Come on, baby. But then again, you got to turn again. But it's soft turns. It's not, you're not drilling. It's really a matter of just kind of feeling. You get a tactile response from the wire. I'm not sure. Maybe? What do you think? No. Yeah. And this is why I'm thinking that, so we have this VR project going on, and the haptics we're working on are haptics that have to do with just the feeling and the torque. Learn how to really use a torque in the right way. Okay, one more, and we change our. We're gonna change our. All right, come on, twist, turn, push. No, it's so calcified outside that it's just, I'm just not getting penetration enough. I could probably try to upscale with a Stato and an 018 profile, but we're gonna have the same thing. We're gonna be kicking ourselves all during the case trying to get this. So let's forget about this guy. And I'm gonna need a 65 018 angled Navicross, 65 018 angled Navicross. And let's select what portion we want to use for this retrograde axis, okay? Yeah, a V18, once we're in there, yeah, let's use a V18 to get purchased. I think we, yeah. How about we do a popliteal above the knee popliteal axis from the side, huh? Sounds like a cool thing to do. I think it'll be nice, and it's going to be a big vessel. I like doing a lot of those P3 anterior posterior approaches, but careful. Let me put a little bumpy here, create a little bit of flexion under the knee. And by the way, we always have the entire leg prep for any of these circumstances. I would always advocate that you do that in your cath lab. So this, yeah, I'm going to use the big needle, guys. So just give me the normal big axis needle. If it's still working, if not, give me a new one. And then let me see here what area of this should be the best part for us to pokey. And you want that poke to be not very acute. You don't want that angle to be very, very acute. So I'm going to say, how about we stick to this region right here? Something like that. I'm going to focus on using the calcium here, and then you'll see when the artery starts moving, you're usually in the right spot. Try to obviously take your hand out of the way. And then I feel a little resistance here, a little resistance there, and a little crunch. No, let's find another softer area of the artery. There you go, maybe that, nope. So I think that looks okay. So anytime you do this axis, then immediately change projections, guys. And did you give me the 65, Navi? Okay, it could be whatever. It could be angled or straight, but probably angled, okay. So, yeah, that's kind of what you get, right? You get a nice projection like that. Now let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and try to curl that wire a little bit. The idea is there's a little bit more support in the wire. So I don't want to have the floppy part and not have enough to push that thing in. If you can't find a 65 Navi Cross angled or straight, get me a 65 CXI, please. 018 profile.
And Dr. Montero Baker, we got our next question that came through.
Yeah.
So and I'll read it exactly as it was typed. So in case of doubts, would you go ahead with your Rotarex, and that's in the spot areas where you have doubts about your wire position, or would you skip them and just summarize your thrombectomy, atherectomy further down?
Yes, that's exactly what we would do. So this is not going to be an area where, so I put it this way. This is obviously not a easy CTO, right? I mean, it's very highly calcified. I believe that we have to ultimately just break. We're probably going to end up using some of your big balloons, the high pressure balloons. I'm blanking. Cassie, what's the name of them? Dorados. Yes. Thank you, John. But then I would not hold that wire. I would not be enticed to do anything with the Rotarex in a highly calcified segment of a CTO. So what I would do is just maybe pre-dilate and then do the treatment above and below the area, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do here now is I'm going to bring this catheter back, and you would be surprised how many angiograms. See if you have a Command 18 now. They come in 200. If they have a Command 18 and 200, that'd be beautiful. Or a 300, whatever. You'd be surprised of what you find when you do retrograde angiograms. The collaterals normally will hide a lot of what's going on. So let's see if we can see anything from the bottom up. All right. So that even makes the CTO look a little bit shorter than what we thought it was, right? So I always like the power of having a retrograde angiogram. It really does help. And I mean, even if your doctor is thinking of doing a bypass and he thinks his target is pretty bad, you know what, doc, before the surgery, just stick a catheter and do an angiogram from below, and you'd see that you actually may have a better shot at something a little bit more proximal for your bypass. So anyway, let's see just where this wire wants to go. See if we can advance this microcatheter here. I'm going to twist the microcatheter and give a little push, push, push here. We're probably going to end up in the same sort of plane of, yeah, I would love that. Thank you. And obviously you can escalate from this to an eventual 4 French sheath if I have to. But let's try it with a wire that's got a little bit more body. So that was a V18 control wire. They're good, but they don't have an idle core like the Command family, so they don't last that long, and you end up needing one or more than one. Don't give me that torque. So let's change to this. How long do I have to go to be up there again? Because the escalation here would be, if that doesn't give me enough pushability, I can bring in 4 French sheaths, like a slender of some sort, and do also an 035 with a stiff wire. All right, let me mark where that thing starts. Yeah, we may have to get a little bit more aggressive here and put maybe like a 4 French Terumo sheath, huh? Let's see. Yeah, if she wants to get in here, just if I can get a little purchase. Just to get behind this rock. That would be really cool. Let's see. And a lot of times if you really want, you can, let's see if I can sneak myself in here. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right, all right. Give me a 4 French Terumo, please. And then give me a short navy. 65 navy, please. Yeah, I think that I'm just not getting enough support for how calcified that rock is. So I guess what we're going to do is just, yeah, well, the wire stays. So we're going to use, yeah, we're going to use that 018 wire to put that 4 French in. And then give me a short 65 navy. No, 65035. Yeah. The idea of putting the 4 French in is that now we're going to have access to, you know, a more robust tool, and I could even use the back end of a stiff light if I need to, just to hammer through this. All we need is a little bit of purchase. So let's see if we can use this purchase here to get this 4 French in here. We may have a little bit of trouble. Give me the dilator only.
Dr. Montero Baker, we got another question from Larry Diaz. What projection did you use to perform your first puncture of the retro SFA axis? Was it AP or a shallow ipsilateral like an LAO?
So I do, here, I'll show you. So I did AP first with a little bit of knee flexion, and then I changed projections to see the wire float in. This is the second part. So the first part is you just go straight into the rail tracks. And then the second part is the, you know, this part, right? So let's see if I can get this dilator to help. Let go of the wire, please, sir. Let go of the wire. Thank you. Appreciate you. From the what? This was an 018, right? Yeah, I'll get a stiff. Give me the reinforced 4 Terumo, please. So we have a Terumo sheath that's reinforced. It's called the stiff Terumo. And that sheath, as you will see, has a couple of metal reinforcements on the dilator. Helps us get this done a little bit better. So we'll see if we can get that done. And then once we get that done, then we have an actual axis to get our navy cross and then start working with a stiff. Also give me you have a short stiff glide? If it's not short, it's fine. But if you have a short one, it will be easier. Yeah. Okay. So you see how this one's reinforced? Let the wire go, guys. There you go. And then let me straighten the leg, because I think that we're getting also a little bit of a kink from the frog leg. Maybe. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. I know you want to get in there. All right, you made the dilator alone. No sheath, but this dilator. And the wire's a little kink, so be careful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then go ahead and give me a, do you still have that V18, the short one? Okay, give me the new V18. Just because it's got a little bit more body, and so I think I just need, between the dilator, just a dilator, and a new wire, we should be in a better position. Because I think this wire, we already have done enough damage to it. There you go. Oh. Okay. There you go. So let's see if we can at least get the dilator going. All right, give me the, let's go back to the 18 Navicross. And we'll change for a stiff 018 wire to get this thing in.
It's the beauty of live cases, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this is what you want to, right? I mean,
absolutely.
For me to show you a 10-minute case that everything was great, for that, you go and see Larry Diaz. I'm joking.
We do have another question that came through Dr. Montero Baker. Is for these very calcified occlusions, they've asked that an Estado 30 wire seems to be a wire of preference. Well, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a nice wire, and we can use it over this 018 actually. All right, let's get this guy here first. And yeah, let's try this V18. I think we can use that Estado for sure. That's a good idea. Whoever said it. That would be my next step if I can't get this to. New Estado, but no 018 Estado. Okay. Let me see if this new V18, give me a torque device, because it looks like it went in a different direction. Maybe we don't have to screw around with that 4 French thing, but I'm doubting it. But let's see. Maybe we can get this V18 to just kind of sneak into an area that it likes. Yes, for example. So let's see if I can get enough purchase with this guy. But I got to keep an eye on my access site. I don't want to kink my access site wire. So I'm trying to hold kind of like as much as I can my micro catheter and see if I can get it to. Problem is it hits here, this calcium, this rock. All right. So now let's see if I can get the dilator, the reinforced dilator of the 4, please. Let's see. Yeah, let's see the reinforced 4. With this wire having a little bit more of a backbone. Is it in good shape? If not, give me a new one. Give me a new one. I always say, new wire, new luck. New sheath, new luck. Just give me the reinforced dilator of the 4. Okay? And let's see, well, if we could get that, then we'll try then the 4 French sheath. And I'm also thinking that it's going to be on this wire. Yeah. And then I'm also thinking that we may, because of how calcified it is, a lot of these retrograde axes close on themselves. I actually never have to put any like covered stent, but when it gets this calcified and you have all this trouble just getting in, it's hard to believe that these arteries are going to behave nicely for you. So let me see if I can get my vectors of force here in the right position. See, the wire is now kinked. Hey. All right, fine. You know what? We're going to do a second axis. Screw it. Let's go for it. So give me the navi again. Let's secure the navi in there. And let's do a second axis. I think this axis is just killing us. Let's not waste more time. Yeah, so I'm just going to do the same thing I just did. I'm going to do it at a different area. I bet you a lot of these arteries have a very calcified segment, and then all of a sudden they have a not that very calcified segment. So let me see if I can just get through this part of the wire where it's kind of like bent. See if I can take enough wire out that allows me to put this guy in. Okay. Let me get a little bit more, if I can get a little bit more. All right, Jorge, go ahead and slowly pull the wire out, because it's a little kinked. Yeah, do it, do it, do it, do it. Beautiful. Whew. All the way out. This is awesome. A new, what? Yeah, a new one. All right, let's do it again. So if Larry missed it the first time, here it goes again, but look at how our microcatheter looks like now. That's awesome. All right. Yeah.
Dr. Montero Baker, how about the sheath that comes with the micropuncture kit? Had you thought of maybe placing that in?
The sheet that comes with the micropuncture, you mean the Cook micropuncture sheet? Or which one?
The micropuncture sheet that you use to get the retrograde axis, I assume.
Well, there's a few different ones. But yeah, that's always an option. Let's just see, maybe we find ourselves in a more amicable spot here. So, Larry, this is what I was telling you. Try to go very close, just kind of like AP view. And then once I get that, I feel that, then I change projections. And now I'm going to go with the V18. Anyway, no harm, no foul. Let's see, I'm going to need also a new V18. All right. So that's our second projection. No, not an UV18. I'm gonna need the four French sheet that we were trying to get. Let's take this guy somehow out of the picture. Let me see, so that it's out of the picture. I'm gonna have you back here, Bubba. There he goes. Okay. So here we're gonna just get this guy all the way up there. All right. Do you have that dilator? But the other one's already broke too. Oh well. Hey, third time's a charm. I knew Ron was going to bring his terrible luck today. So sweet. All right, let's see. Needle down, guys. All right, let's try this one more time. This is, again, the dilator of a 4 reinforced. And if it goes in this time, then we'll change for a 4 French sheath. And look at that. Okay. So now I'm going to take it out and you give me a 4 French sheath, okay? All right. I'll hold a little pressure here. Thank you. I'll also use none of the other ones are worth anything. The reinforced ones. So again, to go over the technique, you poke on this projection. Once you feel the resistance of the artery, then you switch projections and advance the wire. And we'll just wait. I have this Christmas dinner I have to go to, guys, so if you can move it along. Great. Thank you, sir. All right, so now let's see if this 4 French wants to go in. And it seems like we do have purchase. All right. So now give me the Navicross, please, sir. All right, so now the question is the Navicross going to hit one of these calcium spikes and not allow it to go in? Who knows? We'll see, huh? Do a quick angiogram from the bottom. Just a glide. I asked for a stiff glide. Mm-hmm. And a torque strip, please. Nah, it's from the skin. All right. So let's get this guy in here and see if we can be lucky enough to advance this little stiff wire this way. That's where that other one is. And here's where we are. And now let's try to get through and through here, huh? So I'm going to keep that torque very close. and create enough pushability. And I'm just really torquing my nav across in a direction where I can maybe avoid that rock. There you go. Now move here, get back in here, and see if this nav cross can be enough for me to create enough dissection into this space. Okay. And so obviously I've got two dissection planes, one from the top and one from the bottom. Where's my microcatheter here? Oh, here it is. And a lot of times once we do have these dissection planes, we can just disrupt that subadventitial space enough to where that other guide wire from the top is going to want to come through in a more efficient way. So let's see if now, by any chance, that wire from the top is going to want to come down this way. Otherwise, we'll change for an 18. See, this one I think is now in that space. The problem is the nanocross doesn't want to come closer to give me a little more support. So I'm kind of stuck. And let's see how these two wires are behaving. Huh? See if there's any connection. I think one's on one side and one's on the other side. So let's see how spatially they are separated. I think this one's on this side. Yeah, See, okay. Give me that. All right, don't do this at home, but I'm going to just go ahead with the back part of the stiff glide wire. Just because what I need to do is create a little bit of a straight dissection here. See, that's all. And then when I do this, possibly, I can be making a channel for this guy to come into and find its way there, right? We'll see.
And Dr. Montero,
Uh-huh.
we have a question from Carlos Vallejo. It says, Miguel, I have achieved.
Hi, Carlos.
It says, I have achieved to cross that type of calcium using a wire introducer. Have you used it? And if not, so is it time to cart it?
Yeah. That's definitely what the next step is going to be here, Carlos. The idea is if we can get at least close enough. The thing is, if we're too far away, Carlos, we're going to just inflate those two balloons in different areas, and they're going to separate each other and not necessarily be close to each other. So can I have a torque device, please? But I'm going to go back to my hydrophilic, and now that I've created a little bit of a traumatic channel with the back part of the wire, then maybe there's a chance that this command wire is going to want to go in that direction. Who knows, huh? We'll see. Maybe we're going to go a little bit more proximal to her. All right, now let's go to this side of the wire. It's turning to the side that I don't want it to turn. So if I can get both wires on the same side of the vessel, that'd be nicer. All right, give me that. Did you give me the Asahi 18? Open it, please. Because I think what we need to do is just push these two wires to meet each other. And then remember, the other nice thing that we could do is we could actually use a Navicross inside the 035. Do you have that 018 Navicross? It's long now though, huh? What was the length of that? Was that a 135? All right, going back to a CTO wire now from the bottom, because I want to just go straight and try to meet that guy that's up there. Okay, I'll use it if I need to. So if I can just get this Command ES that's here and get a little closer, Carlo, to the one from below, then I definitely think that we would be money to be able to do a cart. See, this is now starting to go into the direction I want it to. Yes. Yes. So all I'm doing is pushing in the direction that I want so that at least the dissection planes are in the same, so that we're in the same dissection planes. It's just the calcium is brutal. So again, definitely would say that this is not something that I would, okay, that I liked, that little move there. Definitely would not support this being an area that you would Rotarex in. You could, however, still do the top and the bottom. All right, so here I'm just pushing and seeing if, in a way, I can lure the wire. Let me see how far away in the CTO we are. Let's see. See where the lumen starts back up. All right, so that's already potentially lumen. Let's see. Maybe. What do you think? Maybe? Yeah? Who knows? 100%? You jinx me when you say 100%. Don't say 100%. Don't ever say 100%. Nothing in life is 100%. Only the love that you have. I don't think that it's sin. You jinx me again. No, I think that maybe we're somewhere in the boonies. But here we could cart for sure. Let's see. Bring me a 480 or 400. Oh, or 35 balloon, please. The other thing I could do here is I can also start changing my wire. Let's see if this side goes a little bit nicer. I'm going to give the CTO wire a little more angle, try to see if I can use it a little bit more as a penetrating tool. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be nice. 943. It's okay. ¿Quién dijo miedo? Give me the balloon, please. No. 014 for 100 014 balloon. Ultravis 14 or whatever it is that y'all find. Okay, so right now what I'm using is, just to remind everybody, I'm using the CTO wire. I'm using the 018 CTO wire. And I'm using it to change directions and just try to penetrate plaque. And what Dr. Vallejo is saying is very true. This is the part where we would usually try to do a reverse card at least.
Dr. Montero Baker, I heard you ask for a 4 millimeter in diameter balloon. Do you have a preference as to the diameter of the balloon that you
This is a 114 wire.
Diameter wise.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question, buddy?
Do you have a preference as to the diameter of the balloon that you're using? Is it 3, 4? I heard you ask for a 4 earlier, or is it based on the vessel size?
No, you're just no. Where are you pulling my wire? Sí, señor. The wire's back. All right, I'm gonna push this wire forward, and I'm gonna just leave it there. Now you can take this catheter out. If you want to do something and get busy doing something, there you go. No, I usually go a little bit under the size of whatever the vessel that I'm treating is. So, I'll use a 4. I can use a 4 from above and a 4 from below. We're going to first do reverse. So we're just going to do a balloon from the top, and we're going to try to poke into it from the bottom. That's the plan. So spot on, Dr. Vallejo. And it's nice to escalate it. The next step is, if that doesn't work, then we're going to go ahead and do one balloon from the bottom. This is a terrible projection. Yeah, load the balloon. Thank you. So I'm just trying to see if I can find my way with the CTO wire in this while they mount the balloon, maybe hopefully before my Christmas dinner. Oh, the balloon is ready. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So we're going to go and try to get into that CTO with this balloon. Not sure how efficient it'll track, but let's try it. All right. See how. ¿Me traes el de la marca que yo uso normalmente, porfis? El de la marca que uso normalmente, por favor. Dame. Inflate. All right. I don't know if this is going to pop. This is just a 4. I'm trying to open that little lesion there. Looks like it popped. Let me see if I can get a little more purchase with this balloon. Let me go back. Hold it there. Give me a 4100 credit, please. Calcium, man, I'm telling you. Let's use this balloon for the time being while they give me one that could traverse a little bit further down. So I'm going to use this and understand the spatial where that CTO wire is. So now what I'm going to do is just try to poke into it from the bottom and try to get into that area that's ballooned. A lot of times, the moment that you have, there you go. When you have a balloon like that, it helps you direct You have to be constantly addressing. Yeah, 2 seconds. See, because the problem is that it'll go. You want to try to do this in the CTO, otherwise the balloon will. That felt good. I don't know. Negative. Negative. The idea is you're feeling for that little area of the balloon where you can potentially be inside, but the balloon will just disrupt from the bottom. Nice. Oh, completely dissected. Okay, so let's take this balloon out. All right. Push, 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 push. Doesn't matter. The wire's right there in that CTO. So we'll try one more time with a different balloon. Hope for a little bit less profile. See if we can get it as distal as possible. If that doesn't get it, then we're gonna go with one from the bottom. We'll change for an 014 and do another one from the bottom. So go ahead and start getting me also another 4 by like 40. Hey, on the right. We're gonna do this one first from the top, and if I can't get it to track a little bit more into the CTO, then we're gonna do one from the bottom, okay? Fun times. I can't get a wet one. Thank you, sir. All right, keep the wire firm. Yes. Beautiful. So that wire, catheter advance a little bit more. Let me see if I can even advance my wire a little bit more. And even advance that catheter as much as I can. I think that's about as much as we're going to get there, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're going to do just a very soft inflation. We don't want that balloon to pop. It'd be nice if you put some contrast in it for the next one. Here. Don't worry, I'll do your job, Ron. It's my pleasure. All right. All right, let's see. A little more contrast in the balloon now. See, this is interesting. So obviously it's kind of hogging outside. There you can see it here. And now again, trying to find that spatial point where it's going to have a good shot at penetrating. That seems like a good position, to be honest, huh? So I'm at 10 atmospheres. I'm going to come back to 8. And now what I'm going to do is really try to aim for the balloon with the CTO wire. All right, well, there you go. I think it's a little busted. I really want to stay close to the artery. I don't want to go too outside the adventitial space. So I'm just doing very soft turns. Try to keep it to go in front and center. I think we need to go on the side of that calcium. Thank you. Let me see how spatially different they are. See, that's what kills you here is that you're going in some different directions. There you go. I like that. There you go. I like that more better. Let's go up. Up. Okay. So if in a projection like this, let me change projection. And I'm not in a bad position. I like that projection. So what I'm going to do is try to tickle right here, the balloon. See, I'm trying to just really get close to the balloon and feel that that balloon is right next to me. All right, go ahead and deflate that balloon. I feel a little resistance. It could be the balloon. I don't know. We'll ask Jorge to let us know. Did it get in there? Maybe. Don't say it. Okay. You know you screwed it up last time, right? All right. Let's see. So let's just move a little bit around. Sit out. Is it? Maybe. Who knows? You. I don't know. Could be out. Could be in. I think it's out. I think it's out. Right. Did you say bypass? Oh my God, leave my room. Wow. This is the love you get for teaching these kids. All right, give me a 90 035. Navi cross 90 035, please. Slowly pull that up. Yeah, I think we can go big tool from the top too, huh? This is a matter of just pushability. Because Carlo, in order to do a card, I at least need to get those two wires to be as close as possible. And I have not been able to do that. Thank you, sir. So let's see, since we pre-dilated that track a little bit, I think we may be in a good position. That's fine. You know what I'm impressed is Giovanni's a speaker. He definitely is a chatter.
Just letting you do your work, Doc. Just waiting for the questions to come through.
All right. So let's do this. Let's see if we could go Stefan. Do you have the stiff glide for me, please? I knew what. Oh, I think that's kind of what we're expecting that we're going to have here to work with. All right, let's see. We'll try first with just subepipential dissection. Okay. And then we'll see how much of this we can do here. So I'm just pulling this wire, taking that kink. Of course. Thank you. Oh, this is a good calcium case. Dr. Miranda selected it for us today. So we're definitely gonna make sure she doesn't graduate. Yeah. No. That if it goes into this other plane, it could be nice. Or just, again, do the same thing, right? Don't do this at home, but let's go with the backhand. Backhand at the Rumo, stiff. It's not what I would do all the time, but it allows when you're having these issues of, no, I need a dry one. Can I have a dry lap? When you're having issues where it's just going outside of the artery. All right, go ahead and hold pressure forward here, please. It's the bifurcation. I just need to push it over the bifurcation. Okay. All right. So let's see if we could do this jackhammer technique. See if we can drill through this guy. This could be an interesting case for that, what do they call it, the PQ bypass? I guess that could be an option too. Okay. No, take that guy out. Let's go from the bottom up with this guy in a little more aggressive way. Hold that. See if we can do the same thing from the bottom up and try to jackhammer into this guy. Hold the wire. Okay. So jackhammer from the top, jackhammer from the bottom. Let's see if we're super, super far away. Doesn't seem like we are that super far away. Let me look for what projection makes it look like we're the farthest. And that's what we want to try to unite the family here. Okay, now can I get that 18 CTOR again, please? No, the Asahi 18, please. Let me do a little puff here of contrast just to see where we're at. Do we have a lumen here? No? Yes? Okay. Give me the 18 CTO wire, the one you just pulled out. There you go. And let's see if, I would say probably this guy may have a better chance of going into the other guy, huh? Let's see. Give me a torque device, please. It's all about finding the sweet spot of an artery that allows you to get back in. But I think here we're in a better position to do a more efficient cart because now we're closer, so we could possibly put 2 wires and balloons and try to disrupt. I don't know that we're inside. It doesn't feel like we're inside. Let me give it a little bit more angle here. Because what I need is a hook to like go in. Are you sure this is the 18? It feels like a 14. So, huh? But that's command yes. Okay. Actually, how about give me a victory 18? And that's what we're going to do. Victory 18. All right. So I feel the artery there. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to, yes, please. Trying to see if I can penetrate. this artery that's so calcified and see if I can get inside. Wow. Whee. How long were we in the OR yesterday? 8 hours. And what did I say the entire time? No, I didn't say skin to skin 45 minutes. But I did say I hate operating multiple times. But I could do this all day. Like, I love this. All right, let's try with another more penetrating CTO wire. This is a Victory 18 by Boston. And let's see.
And Dr. Montero-Becker, we did have another statement from Dr. Larry Diaz. It says, regarding the PQ bypass, he says, those needles, like any other needle, will probably be unlikely to get across that much calcium. I don't know if that's...
You think so? Yeah. Well, I'm thinking also the other thing we could do is we could come in with an outback from the top. I'll send the balloon from the bottom, and I can create a virtual true lumen and then through and through. So let's see. This is another 18 wire. That's a CTO. And I like when you're using CTO wires to get back in, you want to try to stay as much on the side and see if you can feel it. And when you feel it, let me see if I back this up a little bit. So all I'm doing is really changing directions. And trying to find a weak spot in the vessel wall that allows me to kind of sneak into the lumen. Does that feel weird to you? I don't know. Let's change the projection. I know. Best things in life are those that take you more work. I can feel where it immediately engages the calcium and it's bounced out. Okay, right there. Like you see right there where it buckles, that's where she's trying to go in. And I don't know, don't ask me why I keep calling it a she. Nope. All right, well, this doesn't want to do its job. So let us reverse cart, double cart, and then give me a command. A command from below, please. All right, command from below. And command from above. So if you need another command, get one. A command 014, please. Okay. So here we go, Carlo. Just for you. Let's see what we can accomplish with a balloon from below and a balloon from above. See, I got wire. Okay, you have the balloon? Or no? We have one of the balloons already here, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Please. That was a 4-100? Okay, and I'll take a 460 from below, please. Still not. There you go. All right. So here we're going to do the two balloon technique that Carlo was mentioning earlier. So the idea is create disruption from both planes of dissection. And then if that doesn't work, I'm going to have them, Ron, have them look for an outback catheter, please. .480 on the short. And I'll take the other one too. I'll take both. This one's right on the ground. It's all jacked up. Yeah, so here the idea is we've got two parallel wires, one from below and one from above. We have obviously a very highly calcified artery, and yeah, we're going to have to pretty much rupture this whole thing and cover it up with stents, and then maybe atherectomize just the proximal and distal edges of it. But stay tuned. Beauty of web-based transmissions is we're not paying high satellite fees. So although I know that we had this till 10:30, then you guys are more than welcome to stay on, whoever's engaged. We're also recording it, so it'll be a fun case that we can edit on all the CTO crossing techniques. You got it? All right, pull wire. Stop. Hold the wire. All right, see how we can get with this guy. That's pretty good. All right, this one is a 460, or what are you giving me here? Huh? 60, 460. That's okay. All right, let that wire go. Now give me a rail there. I think this is the area where we should try to see if we can get in there. There you go. That looks good, huh, Carlo? What do you think? Or he already got bored of seeing us. So here's the way that we like doing this. We'll put two balloons against each other, and then we're going to slowly pull the wire back. The idea is those two balloons are going to be hopefully as close as possible, as they should be, to two. And we'll inflate both, creating disruption of the space. This is the subadventitial space that we're creating disruption at. And then hopefully with that, you know, either one of the wires is going to be happy enough to find its way. Once we have that through and through, it's going to be interesting to maybe do a little bit of IVUS, balloon angioplasty. We may have to still use high pressure balloons, and then possibly even some covered stents if we rupture the entire artery. But a lot of times I've done it with different stents and it doesn't do, yeah, he used that one. All right, so Jorge and I are gonna start inflating these balloons slowly but surely. Let me make sure that you're not, okay. Keep going, slowly. Stop there. All right, I'm gonna come from the bottom. See, it's interesting. There's a lot of disease, guys. Huh? Look at that. But there's a little bit too much overlap. Negative. So I'm going to pull back the balloon. Sometimes you even see the balloon kind of separate each other. Yeah, let's go up again. You really like to see some degree of unity. Let's see how separated they are in their planes. See, there's still a little bit too separate. Negative. Let's see if I can get this guy a little bit down here. All right, go. Where are you at? Let me see. Nice. That was a rupture there, but I think it opened a hole, which is going to be nice. Because if that's so, then we may just be lucky enough to pull back here and have this guy. Is it inside or is it just outside? That's outside. Can I have a torque device? On this guy. Yeah. And you can start taking this balloon out. Right still. The other option is sometimes you just go from the one and it falls right into, oh, that's the first time I've seen some degree of unity here. Yeah. That's good. All right, go ahead and take this guy out. Yeah, but try to keep all that curled up wire in there. Mm-hmm. Go, 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 go. Yeah. And then do you have that 135 Navicross? Yeah. Can I have it? Thank you. Uh-huh. Man. Talk about a fun case. The 135 on 018. Oh, yeah, I got that. Yeah. Here, load it there. I'm going to see if I can, by any chance here, I'm going to pull back the balloon a little bit here and use the wire here to see if maybe we found ourselves into the right spot. Nope. Okay. That's fine. We'll come from the top again now. Microcatheter. You got it? All right. Okay. Sorry. Because now we're doing OG cart from the bottom and going from the top. That's where I think we're going to have, I feel it, Jorge. You too? All right, give me a little bit of juice here.
And Dr. Montero Baker, your
Negative.
catheter from your original distal axis is still in the vessel. Is
Yeah, I left that for hemostasis.
Mhm.
I'll take it out once we balloon that thing. We'll be in a better position too. Thank you, Cass. So see, what is this guy doing? Nada? Here, I'll take it there. All right, so now the balloon is from below, and I'm starting to see a little bit of move. See, like it's kind of like they're a little bit more together than they have been the entire time. I feel a little resistance. So God willing, maybe it's close by. Now with the card and the different projection, right? So again, balloon back, endoflator back. Make sure obviously that you don't, it's good that we have that uber distal axis so that we have enough space for this balloon to go up from down here. And now, do you have that Asahi 14 or no? Okay, so here I'm literally touching the balloon, and I'm going to see if I can kind of manually with a Navicross deflate. But I wanted to go up again one more time. Okay, so here's where I'm going to change again to the Asahi 14, and I'll need a torque because I think that we're fairly close, and all I need is a wire that can just penetrate that tiny little layer of tissue that's just dividing my balloon and my microcatheter, okay? So going back to the wire. Man, this is fun stuff. Don't you think so? I love it. You love your job? All right, so here, see that wire is going to give me a little bit more of the advantage of being able to direct my wire where I want it, and I'm trying to feel in different directions, just which one gives me the most contact with the balloon. And I think right here, probably right there. Okay, negative. I'm literally just trying to go into that balloon space with the Asahi. You see? There's a little bit more move, yeah. Come on, mama. I know you want to get in there. All right, go ahead and inflate. I'm going to come back a little bit more like this. Inflate there. All right, so now I have a target, and I'm going to try to really get close to that balloon as much as I can with the CTO wire. Kind of try to scrape it if I may. All right, negative. Let's see. Same thing. I know. All right, let me go back with this guy. Go here. And pull back on my catheter. Go back a little bit on that micro catheter right there. And do it one more time. Pulling the wire back and allowing that balloon to just open naturally wherever it wants to go. Okay. Now we're going to try to find that projection. That's going to be the money projection. Ideally one where you can see the balloon as lateral as possible to the plaque. So you know that that's your channel. And I want to feel almost like the balloon is, like I'm like hugging the balloon. All right, go ahead, deflate. Yeah, I can smell it. Just can get it. All right, go again. And let's do it one more time. Huh? All right, go ahead and get it with 5 more, please. 5 more, please. All right, negative. So I'm just trying to hug the balloon and get the balloon to just show me the way. Oh, wow. This guy is really not being a nice compadre. All right, go up again. All right, let's see if I can get a little more catheter support here. There you go. And then let's change here. All right, negative. See if I can get a little more purchase here. All right, do you have the Victory 18? Whew.
Dr. Montero Baker, there's a couple suggestions on the app from Carlos, perhaps using an Estado 20 or 30 to achieve.
That's what I was using.
Yep, that's what you're using,
that's what I was using.
Dr. Diaz, it also has maybe the back end of a wire that you've had already.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Victory 18. Seems like that should be a good friend here. But yeah, and or we go back to a double card. Remember we talked about doing the Outback. That I think would be also a good option. What was that? Is in the room? Okay, cool. Let me try to just redirect this guy. See, I feel like it's hitting the balloon right there, but then it just doesn't take the turn. Maybe I need a new victory that's not all jacked up. Yeah, give me a new victory, please. Let me try to dissect a little bit here. That's fine if it's short. Mm-hmm. Let's see if this gets me anywhere. So I'm going to do a smaller, just a maybe 15-degree angulation in the last 2 millimeters of the wire and see if that can help me as a drill. And if not, we'll just go out back from the top and into a balloon from the bottom. I think that's the next kind of logical step. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this guy back a little bit. So I'm trying to relocate the microcatheter here. Did I feel we're like very far out here? And I think that it's just going very far away and then not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Let's also take, oh, we got a nice little puddle here. Can I have a, yeah, I'll need more towels, please. It's from the, yeah, from the before access, yeah. Thank you. Let me see if I can get this wire, try to scrape a little bit more and kind of stay a little bit more inside the artery, like that. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is it's all sort of kind of weirdly dissected at this point. So I'm just floating in all these different, yeah. All right, so this is the 014, right? No, 018. Give me an 014, please, a new commando 014, and I'll take The, what is this? This wire here. This is a command. All right. Well, ain't gonna be pretty, but I think that what we have to do here is start changing dramatically. And let me come back here, do one more attempt of this. Now in a better projection. Let's see if I can get this wire to go even a little bit higher up. Now, what if we create that? Pull this guy out. There you go. All right, give me no 14. All right, let's see if we could get the Outback in here. You have the Outback out open? Go ahead, open it, please. The long one, please. So the idea here is going to be, hey, we can't cross, we can't get anything to go. So how about we try to find a sweet spot in the artery where we can pretty much break all that, but we can also poke in from the outside. So we'll see. Always fun cases. Do you think we could finish it in 30 minutes? I think so. I think so. Yeah. Ibis. Yeah, we can do it. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. And then take the little plastic thing that comes on it. Yeah, just take that out. Pull. Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Montero Baker, given the amount of calcium, are you concerned with the Outback being able to track to your site, or is it very proximal?
100% concerned. Yeah, lots of calcium in there. Let's see. Let us see. Andy, if you're looking at this at home, thanks for leaving me with Ron's luck. Uh-huh. All right. Hold that wire, please. All right. Let's see if we can get this thing done. It'd be great to find an area with as little calcium as possible. I would say this, yeah, probably here, huh? All right, so I'm gonna bring the wire back. And the idea is we're gonna try to look in the direction of this. There you go. Something like that. And then what I do is I put it like at a low, to like 2 atmospheres or so that so that you can get the wire in there. And yeah, maybe it'll go in. Let's see. Too hard of a calcium. We'll find another spot. Whew. Brutal. Yeah. It'll look great, but it won't cut. So we're going to have to do a little bit of turning around here until we can find a soft spot. Yeah, it's literally not even crossing the wall. Nope. Well, I think we're going to have to do a little bit of August techniques, huh? Should we use August techniques? I think that's what's next. Right, you know what I mean, right? The technique by which Augustisa has taught us a few tricks. That would be really cool to do here, huh? Maybe. Let's see if we find another sweet spot here. Doesn't really matter. All you're looking for is for that balloon to be close to the artery, but separate it. How about this? Let's see. So I'm going to twist around, bring it back a little bit, twist around, bring it back up. It's out, but not in the balloon. Maybe we need a little bit more projection like this. Bring it back here. See if there's just a. Make sure that's right. Very close to the balloon. Let's move just a tiny bit this way. The other way. Hey. It's out, but it's not. It's not perfing the balloon because it's coming kind of like at an angle. Let me see if I can get it to turn a little bit and give me the angle we need. The idea is to have that L right in the appropriate spot. Well, changing in projections. That's one of those. You want this to be as close to the vessel wall. We're going through calcium, and on top of that, a balloon. It's not doing it. It's not. Doesn't have enough projectability. Yeah, I think that All right. Get me to 915. 915 snares, please. Man, what a pain. Trilobe, 915 trilobe snares, please. No, go get him. Don't worry. So here, what I'm going to try to do is, yeah, I mean, anybody could argue a bypass is an option, but I don't have any GSV. She just had a MI, had a coronary intervention yesterday. So I don't think that she is the best candidate for anything open. So I'm going to have to just get her through this somehow. So let's try one more time here. And if this doesn't work, yeah, go ahead. Take that out. Yep. You would think that with such balloon purchases that you could do, well, they get me the snares. Can I get another 4 by 100 balloon, please? Thank you. Crazy, man. I literally haven't had a lesion this tough in a long time. But hey, that's what live cases are for. Make our lives as difficult as possible. I always say, if it's an easy live case, then you could have just done a tutorial. It's looking at somebody work through all this where you really learn. And if we primarily have sales force today here, then, huh? Yeah. That's fine. Huh? No, at this point, if we have the snares, give me the snares. All right, do you have the 035, the 035 Navicross and, yeah. Do you know the long 4 sheets that we use? Yeah, Carl. It turned into a little bit more than I thought it was. Sorry. Oh, okay. Well, we got a captive audience. Maybe even if there's 2 people, we're going to plow through and do this, get this done. I'm going to need 2. What's the length of that? Okay. Can you give me the 035 Navicross? And then also, 035 65. And then also, yeah. And then also, can I have that J wire? And then do you have that 465 sheet that I use sometimes? Thank you. Yeah. The one that I use for arterializations. So 465, I believe.
Dr. Montero, can you walk us through your thought process here? You had asked for 2 snares and a long 4 French sheath.
Yeah, man. What I'm going to do, I'll walk you through it. Here's what I'm going to do. First is I'm going to get as much purchase from the bottom as I can. Okay. Now I'm going to put a J wire because I'm going to put a long 4 French sheath that I'm going to use to snare this whole thing out. but the J is a 035. I mean, the 4 French 65 is 035. So I'm just gonna put this here and then take this thing out. And then I'm gonna change the short 4 French sheath for a long 4 French sheath. Did you open the C? Okay, thank you. For 45. Yeah, what I just want to do is I want to make sure that I'm in the right spot. So despite all that stuff we've done, let's see how bad it looks on the inside. It's funny that as aggressive as we are, we don't necessarily see a big difference, huh? It'd be nice to try to stay as luminous as possible for our, all right. You have the sheets made for me? All right, give me this guy. Huh? And then if you have a side port to for hemostasis, that'd be great. Yeah, side port. You know those extra side ports? They come in a little package. I think they're back there in that. All right, man. So here's the deal. What I'm going to try to do, hold up, is it's an old interventional radiology trick, but my good friend from Spain, August, kind of brought it to life in a way. Yeah. Wire pull, please. Pull. And he uses it for other purposes, but today, there you go. I am going to use it for the purpose of creating a through and through technique, and then we'll just probably put a Biobond through it. Did you get that, the little side port? I'll take it. Sorry, guys. I know I got you all running around, but hey, if you don't say you learned anything this time around, man, you are not in the right case. All right. So I'm putting a hemostatic valve, and now I'm going to go in all the way in with a snare. That's what's coming in. Thank you. Y'all catch my drift? Or we'll shortly here. You ready with that?
And Dr. Montero, Larry asked, who makes that 445 sheath?
Cook.
Yeah, Cook.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I use it for arterializations and other procedures, but it's nice. It's hydrophilic. It goes in nicely here. See? So let's try to get as high up as we can. We're gonna have to change that for give me a 014 wire, and then give me the balloon. Huh? Yep, that's what I want. See if we can get the command all the way up there. And then, okay, so that goes there. And now, hey, can I have a 35220? 35220. Thank you. Do you have the other there thingy? Let me do a test here for a second. I'm going to pre-dilate this track a little bit more so that I can put this thingy in here. And then if I can put both, yeah, 35220 on a short shaft, that's fine. So I can see if I can put both snares together. Okay.
Also, as you're pre-dialing, what size snares are you using?
I'm using 9/15s, 9mm by 15 trilobes. You can use goosenecks too. That's the other option you may have. Oh man, what a fun time. Mm-hmm. You can do this. I'm going on. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. All right, after that, I'm going to use an Avicross and then your Amplat stiff, okay? You have the wire, Jorge? Okay, so I'm going to go up with this balloon as much as I can. All right. And so this is just to create a little bit more space for my sheath here. See, that's where it kind of got stuck. I'm gonna back that up a little bit. Create a little bit more space for that sheath there. Do me a favor, go ahead and negative. Yeah, go up again now. Can I have a dry one? And negative. What pressure are you going at? All right, let's go a little bit more high. I think that there's a little, that rock there is what's been killing us the entire case. There you go. Negative. Okay, now let's take that out. And let's change for the Navicross. No, the short one, the 65 Navicross. There you go. It's a 65. Yeah. We've been using it. Okay. 65 Navicross. And yeah, I'm not sure if Carlos and Neri are around, but obviously any advice is welcome.
Yeah, I do think they're still on that.
Okay. Can I have an Amplat stiff now, please? Hey. Okay, and then we're gonna give me the dilator, please. Dilator of this 4 sheath, please. That's yours again. Ron, I will say as much shit as I gave you, you are keeping the table as organized as ever. Good job. Yeah, we're dealing with all sorts of fun stuff today. All good. It's all good. Let me see something. You got that 65 Navi cross for a second? All right. We are making a lot of inventions today. Yeah, but it doesn't collapse the tri-lobe, but I can collapse it inside the sheath. Let's see if by any chance we can get the tri-lobe to dissect. That would be fun, huh? Let's see. I've never used this. I'd say don't do this at home. Huh. Okay. Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to line these two guys up. And that should help me get this kind of up and over thing. It's up here. Oh, it's on the groin. Yeah. Careful. All right, so let's see which is the best projection in which they both can overlap. So the idea is now I have two snares. If I can go through and through, and I can advance a wire, then theoretically I'm going to have a through and through forcefully, and then we can just see where we get. I'd say pre-dilate with some small balloons, and then change for a stiff wire and try to rip everything and then stent it. Obviously, we will have to, I think we have 3 more dates for Rotarex, but who knows, may not be the best day for that, but hey, it turned into a complex CTO course.
And
So,
I'm going to read this just as it came through. This is from Larry Diaz. I think that you have applied every single CTO crossing technique and approach that any of us would use. Now it just remains to put the dots together. Once that's done, would you consider shockwave at all?
I don't think so. I don't know that I would say that it's, I guess I could consider it. Do you have a command that's in good standing? But I'm not sure that it's going to be really that significant, man, to be very honest. It's just too much, Larry. I think that we have to go with like large balloons. All right, so here, what I want to do is just kind of push this wire into, you know, just the nothingness here. All right. And with that, I would pull back on this needle a little bit. Try to give as much as I can there. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slowly but surely try to see if I can snare that wire, which I think that I do have. And so once we have this wire snared, what I'm going to do is just bring this wire out about halfway. As soon as I get that wire, can you advance me wire here, Bob? Let me just make sure that I have, oh, give me a second. All right, go ahead, advance wire. So I'm just removing the wire from the top here. I'm gonna come out the sheath. There you go. So now I have this wire through here. And now what we're gonna do is go ahead and take this wire out. By doing here, removal of that needle. But we need to have enough wire through here so that you have enough wire there to pull back in. And now I need you to, no, you don't need to do anything. Here, just take your hands off of that. Yeah, just take your hands off. Because here's what I want to do is just lock it here with my sheath. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this out, and then you're going to give me the sheath again so I can, okay. Oh, no wonder. Okay. So now I'm going to just pull the rest of the wire out this way. And we got our through and through. Give me a 4, please. 4 short. It could be a 4 short. And now we have a through and through, so it'll go. All right, so now let's do this. Give me a 4mm by 220. Let's pre-dilate this whole thing for a second. Let me get this. Oh. Yeah. So it's saying recharge headset. I guess it's normally not accustomed to being here that long. Long shaft, please. All right, so let's go ahead and do a pre-dilation of this whole thing. Avoid any bleeding, little hematoma here. Huh? It's fine. We're going to change this whole thing with a balloon. We're going to put a balloon. Long shaft, huh? Long shaft. We're going to change and put a new wire. I will load the balloon through there so that we can put it all the way through, and then we'll change the wire for a new wire. Well, we're getting there, gents.
And some of your counterparts, Dr. Montero, some of your counterparts.
Nick, if the battery goes, I guess you could just bring my phone and put it on speaker, right? So I can hear. That's fine. That's fine. But then just do me a favor. Yeah. Put anything over here, like one of those guys, and put my phone. And in the event that it dies, I'll just switch to speaker. What were you saying, man?
No, I was just sharing the congratulations that your peers had said. That was awesome technique that you'd used, and beautiful to get finally be able to get across.
Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, but it's. I mean, honestly, you learn from everybody, and this is one that I was very. When I saw it first, I was very impressed with the technique, and I, like I said, I already gave props to August. If there's one interesting thing we've gotten from the pandemic is globalization and education have really met and become a very, very fun thing to do. With Twitter and all these things, you're learning new techniques every day. You're sharing. I really think that education has changed. I mean, the model of our old meetings is also changing. I think that you're going to start seeing more and more of this. All right, give me the 135 018 Navicross, please. Thank you. Yeah, so it'll be better. It'll be interesting. And obviously Larry Diaz in Navicross. I need it with a little more space. 35 Navicross. Larry Diaz and Carlos Vallejo are two guys that have also founded EndoLat, which is Endovascular Latin America. And we do these cases every month. This is one of the first times that we start working with industry on specific tasks. The 018 135. 018 135 or 150 018. There's an 018, a long 018 Navicross. Okay, well then give me a new one. So I think that we're going to start having more and more of this. The beauty about this is you have Larry is in Michigan, Carlo is in Colombia, and like them, there's probably people all around the U.S. And the more we do, and the more we market these, the more we can extend education. People can watch on their smartphones while they're waiting for a case to come. Yeah, obviously the original plan of trying to showcase Rotarex is still there, but at the same time, if you're a representative and you've never seen cases like this, you just got probably about 30 tips of things on how to help your docs get out of trouble. So there's a lot of value that is not just related to a specific device. You also realize that having a fast resident on the table helps a lot more. Oh, did I just say that?
Well, absolutely, no doubt. This is as real world a case as it can get, and the learning, as you had said, is definitely
give me a new
expanded.
Yeah. Well, and then I was saying the other day, to some folks in industry, I was like, I know how difficult the budget thing works, and it's like, oh, well, this is our budget for Latin America, and this is the budget for, Asia Pacific. And I was like, yeah, but you realize a case here in the morning is a perfect time for also the British to see it in the evening. And we are at a point in time. All right, there you go. We're at a point in time where all of these efforts can and should be reverberated all over the world. Okay, so let me take this wire, which is all jacked up. So now what I'm doing is I put a microcatheter all throughout the lesion, and I'm using now a good wire that's not all bent, because obviously what we just did pretty much destroyed our wire. Work on getting some biobonds, guys, just in case we have some areas that need coverage, please. Yeah, I'd say 5 millimeter biobonds. and torque device. And then the other beauty of this is they can't record it. And on BMed TV, now BD has its own channel. So all these things are going to be recorded for posterity. Okay, now the 4mm 220. And so you'll get hits and you'll get an amount of traffic that's impressive. And then sometimes you just want to sit in your Apple TV and just stream your computer, and you could be watching cases live at night. And it really, it's mesmerizing, all the opportunities that are going to keep coming from all this. You know, I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but I think the time of boring meetings is a little bit passé, if you ask me.
Well, Doc, I think it's modern learning for the modern world right now.
Yeah.
That we're in.
Well, I mean, you know, personal story. I remember once my dad walking into my room when I was studying for medical school, and he looked at me and he said, "It's so easy now." And I remember having like a headache of just being studying all night. And I look at him and I was like, "What do you mean so easy? What's so easy?" Being a doctor now, I mean, look at you. Like, you got all the tools you need. You have everything here. You in your computer. You got the internet. Before I had to go to the library. And I guess then meetings would make much sense in person, no? And then now I see some of the kids that I teach, and I'm like, it's so easy. Now you have smartphones. Before I had to dial in. Is that power off my phone already?
And Dr. Montero, if you can hear me, I think we just lost your mic.
Check and turn on the speaker. The speaker. And raise the volume all the way up. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, yes, sir.
All right. Sorry about that. My Bluetooth died. All right. So trying to pre-dilate this track here as much as I can. That's going to be an area of difficulty. I'm not sure if shockwave is going to be the answer there. No. I think, in my experience, is rivet. Huh? Yeah, in my experience, we'll put a fifth wire and get a Dorado down there and just like rip the whole thing up. And then if we have to, we'll put a couple of stems. Otherwise, it's really not a.
And Dr. Montero, we are hearing you. It's just a little bit far away, obviously, because I know it's on your phone. Is there a way that we can bring that a little closer?
Yeah, I don't know. What if you put it on that other side?
I'm going to put your headset on the charger.
Oh, yeah, put the headset on charger, just in case. Charge it for a little bit. And, I mean, the other thing you do is just take the phone to here. Or you take the phone to this one. That's right. I keep the phone. You got to take it on. All right, give us a second. We're going to work on taping the phone and making some MacGyver here.
Okay, appreciate it.
No worries.
In the meantime, you have a 4x220 semi-compliant balloon in, and you're leaving it up for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I need you to hold it.
Just literally.
I need you to hold it. I need.
Well, no, I can't.
Not you. We take one or the other. I'll hold you. Take.
I'm thinking 200.
Only Montero. That should be good. Doc, what do you think, man?
I love it. Can you guys hear me?
We can, yeah.
All right, I don't know if you can see the screen, man, but we like literally just taped it to the.
That is MacGyver at his finest.
Ooh, that's cool, man. All right. All right, I'm gonna need a width for. Give me a magic torque wire too, please, guys. And I'll take that 135, 135 Terumo. 135 Terumo wire. I mean, catheter, an Avicron. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to change for an 035 wire, and I'm going to try to get a Dorado down here and just destroy everything. It's in that little box, second box, left to right, right there. And then you can just connect it to the computer on the left-hand side there. That's how we do it. I want an Avicron 035. So I can change it for an 035 wire and then treat all this. So I'm just pre-dilating all this. That rock over there is the one that's been killing us the entire case. I'll pull this sheet back a little bit. Good, man. Okay. This has been fun. We should not do it again. I love it. All right, so what I have here, guys, is that through and through with the torque. So you see the torque ties into the sheet. And so I'm just pulling catheters out. So now we're going to change and go with a 035 because the Dorado is just not going to traverse. It's obviously for anybody that works with that, it's the Monster is one of my favorite balloons, but it's got huge shoulders. And so we're going to try to get ourselves a 035 through and through. And so let's see. We're going to have to pull ourselves here a little bit, I think.
And hey, Doc, I have a statement here from August. I know you had referenced him a couple of times. Figueroa, he seems to be on. It says, amazing performance. You can alternatively advance a support catheter through the end of the wire from the groin. And once it overpasses both snares, use it to reverse the wire in order to have the floppy end distally. That helps to easily retrieve the distal snare in a completely atraumatic way.
That's who? From who?
From August Figueras from Spain.
Oh, you mean August Eason? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, August is watching? Oh, man. Tell him I'm giving him a lot of love.
Yes, sir. I think he's been on the entire time.
Tell him I'm sorry for making it this boring. You have wire already? Okay. See if we can get it this way. A little pulley. Get some more wire. Pull. Let's see if we can get it. Aye. All right, get me a cutter. Cutting balloon. Number 4 cutting balloon. It's right there in front of you. Coronary cutting balloon, please.
Pull that one up. What's that you use this for?
What is this? Come on. Rapid exchange. Is there a rapid exchange?
There should be some. The first set of rapid.
Yeah, I bet you this is the area of the re-entry. Okay.
That's
Yeah. So we have a little bit of a little step here. So I'm going to go ahead and use a coronary cutting balloon. Ay. Yeah, the good thing is I've gotten smart. Okay, well, I'll rephrase. I've gotten dumb with age, but I've gotten smart to know that I should not book more than one case when we have a live case, because there's no way you know when you're going to be done. So after this, my weekend starts, and that's going to be fun. Shout out to Kasia on the Health Media Development Company side for helping us put these things together. Kasia Lumen, her married name. She's Costa Rican. We knew her from back in the days. And also, obviously, Kelly Kent, always being awesome. So this seems to be the area of that re-entry, huh? Look at that. That's where we're having a little bit of a cutting dilemma, huh? Kelly loves me? Okay, well, that's good. How about Tim Hogg? Does Tim Hogg love me too? Okay, you better. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm really just cutting that re-entry site as much as I can. It feels like there's a little bit of a step here. So I'm just really creating as much as I can cutting. And the other wire. All right, let me see if I can. Thank you. Deflate that as I push this guy in. Oh, come on, man. All right. Can I get give me a 4 cutter, please? No, it's not gonna work now. It's really just we have a
And Dr. Montero, not to be left out of the party, Todd Deconer also says he loves you as well.
Who?
Todd Deconer.
Tell Todd that I send him my best, and you do realize that he is becoming a Texan. I don't know if everybody knows the deep, but
I don't know if he can truly be a Texan fan if he still cheers for Alabama football.
Also, get me a non-compliant coronary 4mm by 20. We'll swallow it and pull it through in the worst case scenario. Non-compliant 420, rapid exchange. If this doesn't go, we'll use that and we'll just pull it through. Man, this is quite a case, yeah. What else? What else? I'll start sending. I want to say hi to my dad. Hope you're doing good. Oh, man. This is awesome. This is an awesome case. Great. Okay. Stay on this wire for a little bit. Pull. Okay. Let's dive right here. Give me the NC one, please. Is it 415? Is that 420? That's fine, 420. 415. Go. Up. Go. All right. Negative. Go. Negative. Go. Negative. Okay. All right. Let's go with that NC. And load that 035 now across again. What is it? So going with a non-compliant coronary balloon. Okay. Did you load already the Navica? Later. Okay. Negative. Go. Negative. All right. Let's see how this guy behaves. This is a non-compliant coronary balloon right there. That's the little problem. Pull it through. If we can dilate this guy. Pull it through. Dilate this guy. Pull it through. Dilate this guy. Getting the transition from in to out. Right here, you can see it actually very nicely. You got what? Okay. Okay. So, give me a paper. And let's go negative. Boom. Got him. All right, go ahead and lie there. Yep. Okay. Now give me the magic short trick. Hmm? Yeah. All right, so we got the 035 Navi cross. We're coming now with a stiff 035 wire. And then give me that, give me that Dorado. Yeah, really? Okay. All right. Sure. This wire. Okay. Okay. Clapping? Okay. Woo! We like clap. We'll take clap. I don't know, 35. 35. All right, so now, what do we do now? I sure hope that there's some beer involved at some point after the case.
Doc, that Dorado that you're, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let me start by that, right?
Yeah, let's see.
That Dorado is a 5x200.
Yes. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. Yeah, and I want to make sure that I'm absolutely not going to make a hole in the my axis. That looks pretty good. If anything, it's I think I could even come a little bit further back and see. I like that. And you have that old axis there too, huh? Yeah, I'll see it. I'm gonna leave that guy there at the very, very, very end of it. Later. Okay. All right. So this is a 5-200 Dorado. And the idea here is we're really going to rip as much as we can this whole thing. That includes ripping the adventitial space. This area here is essentially a problem. So we'll look at it around, because if I have enough tissue around it, it's just kind of excluding it. Yeah, but that's where, you know, I don't care if I perf that, because I'll probably put a Biobon over it. So I'm thinking it's a 24 atmosphere. It looks like it's, you're in some degree of opening there. Hey, when was the last ACT, guys? 11:25. What was our ACT then? 3:01. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do this side of things. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my bearings as to where my sheet is here. All right, let's do Dorado here.
We'll inflate to the same 24 atmospheres here.
I went to 24 atmospheres on the last one, yeah. That was good. I think I just finally popped that thing we're dealing with. And in the interim, we should see, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of like weird extra rotation down here from how much I've screwed with this sheet. But let's take a peek here, huh? Oh, not bad.
Not bad.
does not look bad at all. Huh. It's still bleeding through these little guys. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to go down one more time, do another one of these very, 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 very aggressive inflations. Then we will, yeah, then we want to definitely probably, I'm thinking that we should, leuphonics this thing, if it looks good, and consider stenting the area that we were out of the artery. That's for sure something that we'll probably need. This rock down here is the one that I'm like not friends with. Not liking him at all. This, what we could do is probably put something like a woven stent, so like it's a pair. What is the, let's go back to the OG film. What does that pop segment look like? There's shit there, huh? Only alpha was PT? All right. Well. And
so, Dr. Montero.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's one more question here. So, are you planning on lining the Viabonds inside for radial strength, giving massive calcification if you place Viabonds?
If I'm able to rip appropriately, I'll probably just put the Viabond in. If it looks nice, I'll leave it alone. If I'm into the distal third, where I know that there's going to be a lot of movement into that adductor hiatus, a lot of times I'll just put like a Viabond, and then on top of that I put a supera. If I don't have extravasation, I may just put superas to keep this, like, drug code all this whole thing and then supera it. And then maybe plus minus depending on what the hole looks like. From the sheath, that's where we definitely probably have to do something. What did that little area of extra look like? Not bad, huh? How about we take this guy out at this point? He's useless. And freaking dilate this again one more time. If it's an 018 hole, sometimes just moving the plaque around is more than enough. Well, we'll see what the alpha looks like at that point. All right, I'm feeling like, do we have a command 18 is it a 300 or what? Command 18. It is a 300. Is it still in good standing? Does it look like this? Okay. Then let's not use it, huh? What do you call it? Just give me another command 18. All right. All right. Here's what I want to do. I want to go ahead and use my command 18 to snug. I'm going to sneak behind the sheath. And I'm going to lose my through and through at this point. Keep the sheath here. Can I have a dry one? And then give me the command 18. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just go ahead and pull this guy out. And command 18. Mm-hmm. And then with that, we'll take a look. Is the channel? We can also, let me use actually the balloon real quick here and do a quick angio of this segment. Yeah, that I'm not entirely concerned about, that little laceration. That'll stop once we put some pressure over it. I'm more concerned about, but can see me torque device. Kathy, 5300, please, CCV. Lutonic 5300 on the No 18 platform, please. I said Cassandra, who are you? I'm joking. I apologize. That's right. All right, so go ahead and do me a favor. This guy. Uh-huh. Yes. Perfect. All right, this is one of our faves. 300 millimeters of drop coatable fluid. And we'll take a look after this. Depending on how it looks, that's where I'm going to put scaffolding. It's going to be hard with the sheet here, huh? Not going to like it. How much do I have to fill here? A little bit without pulling too much. Just keeping it in there. Let's see if that's enough for us to. Okay, let's leave it there. Okay. Yeah, perfect. All the way. All right, here's where anybody that has dad jokes, here's where we need them. So yeah. Okay.
So you're normally going to leave it up for the 2 minutes or extend it a little bit longer for this case?
Oh, I think I'm going to do 2 minutes. And then I'm thinking that little area here in the middle, that's where I think we may have to put a little scaffold. But we'll see. You know, let's take a quick peek. Finalize our decision here shortly. Anyway, have you heard the one about that new restaurant in the moon?
No.
Oh, phenomenal food, no atmosphere. Come on, man. That's a try. Kathy, Hi, how you doing? Are you gonna? Would you do me a favor and get me a 100 014 balloon, 100 014 balloon? And then do
Hey,
you
Dr.
have
Montero,
yes, sir.
why do
What's up?
dads take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
I don't know. Shoot me.
In case they get a hole in one.
All right. Thank God the 2 minutes are almost up. All right. What? Y'all know why the mermaid? Why did the mermaid get seashells? She didn't fit the bee shells. Hey, I mean, that's a very Little Mermaid, kind of an appropriate one, but still, it's not bad, huh? I do remember the Little Mermaid. She was one of my favorites back in the days when I was a kid. All righty, let's put this DCB down. I'm gonna sneak a balloon behind that 4 French sheath, take it out, and be ready to put a little vibe on if it looks like it's oozing too much. If so, do you have a short little vibe on in 5, please? Yeah, just do me a favor. Don't don't remove it from there. Go. Keep going. There's a what? There's no 5-5. There's a 2-5, a 5, a 10, and a 15. Okay, so you want the 2-5? I want to know what we have first. All right. Give me the 4 balloon first, the 4 on a 014. Like a 4 what? So we have a 5 by 5 right now? No, the balloon. On the 014 profile, 4 by 100. Thank you. That's all I want to do first, so I can take some images. All right, let's see this out while these guys mount that balloon, because it takes them like today. Is that a kind of what? Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. You know what? She lost also significantly from one of these exercises. Did you take an H&H? Yeah. All right. So let's, I think it's probably more blood than anything else. Huh? What's that? That's for sure. Okay. Well, guys, we're almost done, okay? Can we get her an ICU bed? Yeah? There's definitely some extra there. All right, so I'll take, do you have a 525? All right. Let me get the balloon first. All right. You got it? Yes. Got it. All right. Kathy, open it 525 cents, please. Okay. What's that? All right. So help me with a couple of units more, please. Yeah, I think for recent coronary interventions are probably not necessarily helping her solidly stay here. So I'm going to start just plowing through here a little bit, guys. Try to get the stent. Promise you we'll be out of here in no time, okay? And we can get her. Did y'all call for an ICU vet? Just make sure she came from CCU. Okay, fine. But yeah, I think that she's had more blood loss than what you think. So I would say, what was her EF? Normal? Oh yeah, then I would say flutter with some blood. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get more. Because I've got 2 units on the table. Right. All right, here guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slightly remove this sheath here and leave it there because I like to use it to give thrombin. But I'm just going to kind of pre-dilate this for a little bit. All right, do you have the 575 open? Thank you. Huh? Yeah, I like to keep the sheath right there. I just pull it from the artery, but I leave it there for if I can inject thrombin and help move things along. All right, so this is just a little pre-dilation, guys, here, making sure that we have, go ahead. Guys, give me a 520 balloon on an 018 profile. Yes, give me the stent next, please. All right. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I'm going to go straight up, guys, with a 525 5 line. Not that I think she needs everything, but she's become a little unstable during the case. So I really don't want to give any opportunity for any other potential compounding factor. And given how complex this case has been, I say it's better that we consider yeah, there's a little extra down there. Normally in a patient a little more stable, I'd be a little more patient and just let it be. Come on. Oh, is that rock? that doesn't help anybody. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, come on, baby. Yeah. Okay. I got a 515. 515 bottom. 515 bottom.
Dr. Montero, as you post dilate your Viabonds, do you tend to stay away from the edges, or do you go ahead and post dilate on the edges?
No. I'm gonna post dilate the edge a little bit. It's the 1-to-1 sizing that has been the biggest issue, right, in most of the data that we have. So, yeah, I think if you size it appropriately, you're normally going to be in a good spot. All right, so 5, we post dilate with a 5. And, we'll take some graduation pictures here for you all. And we'll have to reconvene on the Rotarex thing, if that's okay with you all, okay?
Absolutely.
Sounds like this lady needs a little break. So, let's get the second sent in. Go back here, make sure we got the profunda in the right spot here. Right there. Okay. If I hold it. Okay. So we're going to put that in. Hey. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use the balloon as a microcatheter to get us elective because her ejection fraction is right now because of the got a little bit of pressure, so it makes the flow sluggish. So what I'll do is I'll post dilate the whole thing, and then we'll use the catheter as a micro. I go the one. Need it? Need it? Any second? Any second? Let's see if I'm gonna go a little bit bigger here on this pop with a 5. Okay.
proximal part. Can you get me an balloon expandable SC 627, please? Yeah, it's this one, the renal one. I feel there may be an area here that I have to reinforce with a balloon expandable stent, even if it's a short one. Not my favorite thing to do, but that's it. Maybe a 537 actually. 637, sorry, 637. Okay. We're gonna go down to the outflow and the distance captain. Just take this captain. Just see place to the flow because it's a lot of podcast. We'll get there. Okay. Get that up. Okay. So let's see what we got here. This is going to be our outflow shot here, guys, to bring this to fruition. See, hopefully we got some good flow. Well, it's as good as it's going to be with all the pressure. What's that? Yeah. He's going to need an arterialization. That is not a happy foot. You see the calcium score is super high. But at the same time, she's also on. You're going a little epi, huh?
Yeah, an RFE and happy.
Yeah, so she's a little pressure that's going to obviously make that money shot a little bit harder. Yeah. Lots of calcium. Okay. Give me the wire. All right, guys, we'll take a picture of the SFA. I think that it should be home stretch, possibly a short balloon expandable stent. Not my favorite solution, but sometimes the only way to secure that stent's going to open up and give us what we need it to do. let's look at the finished results here. Not bad at all. That's that area that I'm telling you that I'm considering just placing it. Do it in another projection here. All right. Well, I think that that's what we got for you today. Obviously, a little bit more than what we thought would happen, but from where we started to this, and all I'm going to do is just reinforce that segment of the artery. If you ask me, this is certainly been a very educational case, and the longest one you have in 6 months. Huh? Okay. Let's talk about it in a bit. So from a very bad calcified vessel at the beginning to this, I'm happy. Multiple CTO crossing options, catheters, and certainly still we will probably just expand with a little balloon expandable in that rock down there. But other than that, I think that was great. I hope that we can have another one of these. Definitely don't want it to be as complex, and hopefully I can show you the device a little bit better. But you know, we're in this to take care of patients, and we do the best we can with what we get. So I'm pretty sure that foot's going to be very, very happy. And once we take her off the presser, the outflow is going to be less sluggish, and we'll decide based on PAT and a new Wi-Fi score assessing ischemia if we do need to do something else. And if we do, I think eventually it would not be a bad idea to consider an arterialization, given how bad and good poor these outflow vessels are and the calcification patterns as you can see here. So, guys, I'll say goodbye with that. I don't know if you have anything else to add before I let you go. I'm just going to close the drawing and let this lady go and recover.
There's no other questions to add, Dr. Montero Baker. I want to thank you for allowing us to see this case. As I think you as you had mentioned, you hit it on the head. It's it's always about the patient, and this was in my personal experience one of the best educational events that I've been to in a while. I know some of the attendees are writing on the chat, congratulations, and amazing, super complex case, and it's a great final result. So again, thank you for inviting us into your lab, and thanks the team there for staying with us.
Thank you guys very much. Okay, y'all have a blessed day, and I always say goodbye. God bless you, and stay pura vida. All right, guys.
Bye now. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you very much.